All right. So anybody on the first page want me to review anything on here? Definitions, planes, worked out. I thought the first page was kind of easy. But yes. Number 5. Find the length of UW. Now remember on the test tomorrow, all right, you have to be careful to make sure that you answer the right question. So UW, W is between U and V, therefore, all right, the segment addition postulate says that UW plus W V is equal to UW. Is that right? What did I write? Oh, UV. Thank you. Thank you very much. In other words, W is between U and V. So UW plus WV equals UV. Thank you for that. And then it's just a matter of writing it out. UV is the whole thing, right? 16.8. And VW is 7.9. So now we just subtract, right? And UW would be what? I think 8.9. Thank you. Is that good? All right, draw it out. All right, draw it out. Anybody else on the first page? 6. Now it says find the value of X. So all we're doing is we're looking for X. So they're telling you that RS is 24. So 6X minus 4 plus 10 equals 24. Do you agree with that? So now what? 6X plus 6 equals 24. Divide by 6, X plus 1 equals 4. And so from there, I'm looking like X equals 3, right? Yes, of course, because if TS is 10, RT is 14. Good observation. That is definitely 14. All right, anybody? On the first page, anybody need any help on the first page? All right, let's check out page number 2. Anybody? 7 through 13. Anybody have any questions? Yes, sir. Let's do 10. Yeah, okay, so finding the midpoint, that's just a formula. So everybody needs to know the formula for midpoint is x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. Now I always just tell my kids that the midpoint is the average, right? It's the average of the x's and the average of the y's. Everybody good with this? Anybody have any questions? So if we add the x's, you get 8. And then you divide it by 2. And the y's, 5 plus 9 divided by 2. So the midpoint is 4, 7. You good with that? Yeah. All right, any question on midpoint formula? Any question on midpoint formula? All righty. Anybody else on this page? 11 was okay? 11 is all right? Anybody? Anybody else on the first page? Bisect. Remember, bisect just means cut in half. Anybody have any questions on the first page? All right, let's check out the third page. Anybody have any questions on 14 through 19? 14 through 19? Yes, sir.
15.
Let's look at 15. So this picture over here is what the drawing is supposed to be. So if they're perpendicular, what does that mean the angles add up to?
2.
Yeah, 90. All right. 90, they add up to 90. So in this case, we're just going to say 7x plus 6 plus 8x minus 6 equals 90. You agreeing with that? So now we just have 15x equals 90, so x is equal to 6. And that's really all they asked me. All right, on the test, I could say, what's the measure of angle 1 or what's the measure of angle 2 or whatever. You with me? Make sure you answer the right question. Anyone else? Anyone else? Anybody else on the through 19? Reflecting over the y-axis. Anybody have any problem with that? Anybody? All right, next page. 20 through 24. 20 through 24. Let's look at 24. Ray NP is an angle bisector of MNQ. So if I were you, I would draw angle MNQ. So let's draw that. Trying to. So MNQ and NP bisects. So now I want you to draw and say those two are equal. PNQ is 2x plus 1, right? Bless you. So what's PNM? 2x plus 1 also. So MNQ would just be 4x plus 2. Does that make sense now? All right. Anybody else? Yes. So if you're looking at 23, you want to find NL, right? So that's just what? What do you think it is?
3.7.
Yeah, 3.7. All right, anybody else on this page? Everybody's good with the definitions? All right, let's try the next page. Anybody have any questions with 25 through 33? 25 to 33. Yeah. 31. So these are actually kind of good. B, C, and D. Are they collinear? Are they on the same line? That's what collinear means, right? So that's definitely no. Or you could say false, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. Now, everybody look at 29. What's the answer to 29? Points C and A are collinear. Kind of like a trick question, I think. Are they collinear?
Yeah.
Who said yes? Tell me why they are.
Doesn't set it on your review sheet.
Good. The solutions, you mean? C and A are collinear. Is the line drawn? No. But are they on the same line? Does that make sense, right? Right. So A and C are definitely collinear, even though the line's not drawn. Is everybody with me on that? So that's true. Let's just review these. Are A, C, and F coplanar now? Are A, C, and F coplanar? Brooks?
Sure.
Yes, why?
Let's go play.
Coplanar means like collinear. Collinear means they're on the same what? Line. So coplanar probably means they're in the same plane, right? The question is, if you're looking at this three-dimensional shape, is ACF, are they in the same plane that's drawn? They're not in the same plane that's drawn, but is there a plane that goes through those 3 points? Yes. Is everybody with me on this? Now, how do I know that? Because it's just this plane that's diagonal that goes this way, right? And it goes this way. Can everybody see that? All right, hopefully you can. Hopefully you can. Now, if I said is, just make sure you guys are hearing me. If I said A, B, C, and E, are those coplanar? Definitely not, right? Definitely not. What about A, D, E, F? Are those?
Yes.
Yes. Does anybody have any questions about that? So A, C, and F, I want you to put yes, they are coplanar. B, C, D, are those collinear? Definitely no. Already said that one. Points A, B, C, E, are they coplanar?
Yeah.
I don't think so. There's no plane through A. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, there's no plane through A, B, C, E. Right? All right. Last one here. Name a line that is coplanar with AD and AB. So AD is this right here. And AB is this right here. So what line could we talk about? CD or BC? Yeah, that would be good. All right, hopefully you're feeling good about that. The visual stuff, I understand, is kind of tricky. Which one? AC. Yeah, that's correct. AC was good. Any of those diagonals, you could say BD if you wanted to, right? They're not drawn, but they're there. All right, here we go. Oh, anybody else on that page? Sorry. Anybody else? Anybody else? All right, let's look at 34 through 38. 34 through 38. Anybody need some help with 34 through 38? Yes, sir, Sebastian. All right, let's look at 35. Oh yeah, for some reason this is hard for kids. Find two possible lengths for CD. Now it says CD and E are collinear, correct? But it doesn't say what order they're in. Is everybody agreeing with me? So if I put CE and I say that's 15.8, and then DE is 3.5, does it say where D belongs? No. So that's why it's hard. I can put D right here, or where else could I put it? Where? At the end, over here somewhere. Could I put D over here somewhere? Could D go on the other side of C? Why not? Because it's shorter. Exactly. It's shorter. So if DE is 3.5, if I put 3.5 right here, then I need you to tell me what is this now? What is CD there? Say it. Come on. Yeah, 12.3. This could be 12.3. But if I put it on the other side and called it 3.5 over here, then CD would be what? What would it be? Yeah, 19.3. I'm happy with that. Everybody's good with that? What? With what? 15.8 and 3.5 is what? Yeah, it's that length, right? This length. Right. And again, I'm just trying to tell you guys, trying to teach you guys, you're not supposed to look at that and say that's the answer. You're supposed to actually do what? Draw it out. You got to figure it out. You got to draw it. If you don't draw it, it's very difficult to see. And that's the problem. All right. You don't know when there's multiple answers unless you draw it. The hard part about geometry is you have to see everything. You have to see all different possibilities. All right. That's the issue. You got to see all possibilities. All right. That was hard. All right. Now let's look at 36. Sebastian, you said 36 too, right? Right. Now here it says specifically find RS if S is between RT. So my opinion, we should draw RT and put S somewhere between. And it says the length of RS is 1/3 the length of RT. And then it says that RS is 3x minus 3. RS is 3x. And ST is 2x plus 6. Okay, so I need some help here. How do I figure this out? Equals what? Well, I don't know why it's 9. How did you get 9x minus 9? I don't see that anywhere. Yay, very smart, kiddo. Very good. So look right here, guys. This is what it's telling you. RS is 1/3 of RT. So if RS is 3x minus 3, then RT is going to have to be what? 3 times greater than that. So that's 9x minus 9. Anybody have any issue with that? Come on now. I don't think that's that hard. It's kind of tricky, but. Anybody have any issues with that now? Is that good, Sebastian? You understand that? All right, so now we just need to write the equation, right? So what would the equation be? Someone, Sebastian, you want to tell me the equation now or what?
9x minus 9.
Yes, 9x minus 9 equals 5x plus 3. And we can do the mental math on that and just tell me x is equal to what? I think 3, right? Everybody's good with x equals 3? But it says find the length of what? RS. So then RS must have been what? 6. All right, RS is 6. All right, that was good. That was very good. Anybody else on this page now? All right, so it looks like I need 34. All right, now this one I don't think should be bad for you. Right, again, I just feel like drawing it out is important. I really feel like I don't even need this right here or this. I mean, I should have left both out. But here we go, something right in the middle. So the midpoint is 1, 2. Point A is 3, -3. So I want the x value of this guy over here. So remember, from 3 to 1, I just went what? -2, right? So if I'm going to stay in the middle, I need to go another what? And that's going to make it what? -1. And then let's just double check the y value just to make sure they were correct. I went from -3 to 2, which is how many? 5. So I need to go 5 more. So that's what? 7. All right. So I'm going to fix this for next year. All right. Anybody have any other issues on that page now? Did you say something? Oh, 34 as well. Anybody else on this page? 34 through 38. We should be pretty good with definitions. Sebastian?
You know what the margin is for.
All right. So angle ABC and CBD form a linear pair. So a linear pair just means 2 lines that or 2 angles that make a line. So the first thing we would do is do this, right? And I can say, if I drew this, B is the vertex, right? So I can call this ABC and this CBD. That's what linear pair means. Does that make sense now?
But how do you know which angle for the things that you got?
B is the vertex, right? So are you saying I should switch letters here? What if I switched letters? So let's call it, instead of ABC, CBA, right? Do you agree with that? But then if I do CBD, I'm going to have to do this. CB, I would have to throw D this way. So still A, B, D are the ones that are collinear. Do you agree with that? And that's what I'm saying. It's, if you don't draw it out, right? It's very tricky. Is that, you good? All right, I'm pretty happy with that. All right, anybody else on this page? All right, let's take a look at 39 through 43. 39 to 43. Find all the values of x that will make angle A an obtuse angle. So obtuse means it has to be what? Greater than 90. But also what? Less than 180. Everybody should be able to write that. And now that's just algebra from last year. All right, so to solve that from last year, we just add 6. So we would say 12x is less than 186 and 96. And then we have to divide by 12. So x is greater than 8. But it is less than, what is that, 15? Well, I don't think it goes evenly, right? So what is that? What does that reduce to? By 6, right? 31 halves. Right? X is somewhere between 8 and 31 halves. Bless you. Yes. Everybody's good with that? All right, that was a good problem right there. 41. Okay, now what I like to do is I like to mark these as I'm going. ST bisects RSU. So what that means is that this angle here is the same as this angle right here. Everybody agreeing with that? And that SU bisects TSV. Well, if that's true, what's true about all 3 of those angles? Yeah, they're all equal. These angles are equal. Therefore, all 3 angles are equal. Does that make sense? So right now we could say 6x minus 9 equals 2y plus 5. And the other one is to say x plus 2y minus 1 equals 6x minus 9. Do you agree with that? And now, of course, it's algebra from last year, right? Just systems of equations. All right. So we're going to kind of group them together. I like to put the x and y's together. So 6x minus 2y equals 14. Is everybody agreeing with that? Yeah, this is a good review problem. Now, right off the bat, I just noticed everything can be divisible by 2. So I'm just going to rewrite that as 3x minus y equals 7. Everybody's good with that? 3x minus y equals 7. And then over here, I move the x over, and that's 5x, move the y over, minus 2y, add 9, that to me looks like 8. Is that good with everybody? So now I'm bringing 5x minus 2y equals 8. Now what do I multiply the top equation by? Somebody from last year want to remember? -2, very good job, -2. All right, when I multiply that by -2, that becomes -6x plus 2y equals -14. Now you can add it, -x equals -6, so x was what? 6. And we're trying to find RST, so let me highlight RST. Does everybody agree with that? But does everybody agree RST is the same as TSU, which is the same as USV, correct? So do we agree I have X equals 6, right? Do I really need to find what Y is? No, because I can plug it right in here and that'll be the answer. Right? So 6 times 6 is -9, which is, so measure of RST. Somebody tell me what that is now, is equal to, what did we say? How much? 27 degrees. 27 degrees. Very good. All right, that was a hard one. Make sure you know that. Expect you to know how to do systems of equations. I'm expecting you to know how to do inequalities, all that good stuff from last year. All right, Sebastian, where are we at?
For 39, if you get all those numbers.
For 39, I haven't done 39 at all yet. What do you mean? How did I get all those numbers?
No, I mean, like, on the sheet, it's just like, there's a bunch of numbers that are not like about it.
Well, why don't you just ask me, how do I do 39 and not tell me you don't, you see what I'm saying? I don't know what you mean. All those numbers. I got all those numbers by working out the problem. All right, find the value of Y if S is the midpoint of RT. T is the midpoint of RU. Uh-oh. So let's see what we got. S is the midpoint of RT. So I'm going to put R down and I'm going to put T down somewhere. And S is right in the middle. So I'm going to put S right in the middle. Now that I know S is right in the middle, what's true about R, S, and ST? They are equal. Now it says T is the midpoint of what? RU, right? So I would try to eyeball that correctly and say, okay, to me, U would have to be somewhere over here. And now I mark it here. And, uh-oh. I'm going to try to show you how you can mark it so your eyes can see better. Here and here, they are what? They're equal. So I'm going to put 2 tick marks right here. Right, so I can see what I'm talking about. What are 2 things are equal? And then it says now that RS is 6x plus 5. So I'm going to put up here 6x plus 5. And ST is 8x minus 1, which means I can figure out what X is real easily. And then TU is 11y plus 13. Is that okay with you, Sebastian, now how I did all that? All right, so first thing I need to do is find X. So how do I find X? Yes, 6x plus 5 equals 8x minus 1. And because we were brilliant, that means X is equal to what? What is it? 3. Right? Now we have to find the value of Y. So now how do I do that? If I know X is 3, how do I figure out what Y is? Tell us.
Once you plug in X in the first.
Yeah, of course, you plug in 3.
And then.
And what's if I plug in 3, what is ST going to be?
Then it would be 46.
How did you get that?
Because it'd be 14.
Oh, yeah. ST is 23. You're right. I'm sorry. I didn't understand what you were doing. ST is 23 and RS is 23. Therefore, RT is, you're right. RT is 46. Agreed?
And then you would do 36 equals 11 plus 3.
Yeah, we got this, guys. 11y plus 3. That was hard. All right. That was pretty tricky.
13.
And so because we are brilliant,
I mean, plus 3, yeah,
because we're brilliant, we know it's just y equals what?
30.
Y equals 3. All right, that was a nice one, actually. That was a good one. All right, you had to think about it. You have to think about it. Anybody have any issues on that? Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. Anybody else on this page? Yeah, okay, so some kids had lots of trouble with these. What does complementary and supplementary mean? We got to remember that. Yeah, 90 and 180 for sure. All right, so measure of angle 1 and measure of angle 2 are complementary, correct? So that means angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 90, right? And angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to 180, right? Well, that wasn't that hard. So if angle 3 is 126, then angle 2 had to have been what? 54, right? And if angle 2 is 54, then angle 1 had to be what? 36 degrees. How's that? That making sense? All right, anybody else on that page? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? All right, that wasn't too bad. Okay, finally we get into some of the SAT problems and ACT problems. Anybody need help with 44, 45, or 46? Go ahead.
Page 44, 45.
What?
Page 44, 45.
Oh, come on now. ON is the bisector. And come on, Sebastian, did you do these? LN is 3x plus 2. So what's true? Come on, Sebastian. Yeah, come on. If you didn't do the problems, all right. Do you agree with me on that? That was simple. All right, that was simple. So x is equal to what?
3/4.
Yeah, x is 3/4. And now we want LM, correct? So 2, well, not 2, but we'll just do this first. So 3 times 3/4 plus 2. What's 3 times 3/4 plus 2? Everybody's going to do their mental math on that. What's 3 times 3/4? Come on, guys. 3 times 3/4. 9/4. 9/4 plus 2. What's 9/4 plus 2? All right, 17/4. So that means this is 17/4, which means this over here is 17/4, which means that LM is going to be what? 34/4, but of course we just reduce that, or we say 17/4 times 2, which is just 17/2. Come on now, you got to be good at fractions too. If you forgot your fractions, let me know. Everybody's good with that? 17/2 units. Everybody's good? Okay. Ooh. The lengths of two legs of a right triangle are shown. The midpoint of AB is how far away from A? Now, which one of these is not possible to be the answer? I agree with you. It can't be 16. Why can't it be 16? Do you know?
Because you're the same length as AC.
It would be the same length as AC. So how are we gonna do this? Yeah, it's definitely A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So 32 squared plus B squared, or plus, that's not us, is it? 24 squared equals C squared. 32 squared is 10, 24, 24 squared is 576. Add those together, you get 1600. Square root of 1600 is 40. So the whole length is 40, so the midpoint would be how far away? 20, very good. All right. So I think I have 46, 47, 48. Hey, if you need some help, I'm not in lunch today, I don't think. I don't think I'm in lunch because I did lunch on Friday, so I'm in here. All right, if you want some extra help, come in and see me. Or I'll be happy to help. Good job today, guys. I'm posting it right now. All right, you're welcome, you guys. Have a great day. The review is also posted, the solutions. If you don't know that,